Hello and welcome to this commentary video on the Blazing Black Twilight quest for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So this is the first encounter with the Alatreon, and hopefully this will also serve as a guide of sorts, because I will be talking about how this fight went, what I did to punish Alatreon's moves, and I'm also gonna say the build I used. I know there are other better players out there, but I just want to show what I did, and hopefully you can pick up some tips on it. So this is the build I went with. So I used a Safi Jiva crown plus 4 pieces of Elkana armor. There are other builds that make use of the Silver Rathalos and full Safi Jiva set, but the extra damage from the Frostcraft of the Velkhana helped me a lot here. And as for the abilities I used, I went for the most important ones for me, which were the a full ice attack, critical draw, quick seeth, focus, and blight resistance, because it's really helpful that you don't need to worry about removing your blights with null berries here. And yes, you saw focus and quick seeth there because I will be using a great sword here. And if you want to know the Palico equipment, my Palico is using a Radoban weapon with sleep element. Now this is the build that worked for me. It may not be for everyone, but hopefully it can give you an idea of how to tackle this fight. So here we go. So I like to start with a quick slash, like a first strike. Now this double head swipe can be tricky to dodge, but it's possible, as you can see there. I'm not always successful, so I am surprised I was able to dodge it successfully the first time and here the second time. Now I am using a greatsword, which I know is not exactly the most ideal to fight this Alatreon because you need a lot of elemental damage. But it is the weapon that I'm really accustomed to. And yes, I know dual blades are the best when it comes to dealing elemental damage. I can use them too. But I'm not exactly the best at using dual blades, so, go with what you know. Now, I will be showing you the attacks that he did, and here is one of the attacks that I really like to punish, that circular burst attack. So when you see him rear his head back, and for a very short second, he's gonna spit something. Well, it's either gonna be the circular attack or a three-way attack, which you'll see later. But I like to show this one. Well, I want to comment more on that attack because it's actually easy to punish. All you just need to do is run out and run back in and go for the hit. Now, okay, that's one of the times I wasn't able to dodge those double head swipes. So, there we go. That's the second time he reared his head back, only he did that three-way attack and now he's flying. Now, this is the status, or more of the mode, that I don't like him to be in because it's hard to hit him. Fortunately, as you can see, I was really surprised flash pods can work on an Elder Black Dragon, so I make it a point to bring that all the time. It's gonna work wonders in the first few minutes of the quest. As you know, flash pod effectiveness gets weaker as the fight goes. So here he's doing the burst when he's about to switch elements. Now, I wasn't able to get the timing there, so I got knocked out, because as you know, when you have a evade window and time your roll just right, you can avoid the damage and go for the hit. Now, this actually, overall, the whole fight was a tense one because, as you know, you're on a time limit here. The moment the fight starts, the first thing I need to do is make sure I deal enough elemental damage to seal the Eschaton Judgment. Oh, here we go. That's actually one of the open opportunities to clutch claw his face when he's flying and doing that breath attack. Fortunately, he's not enraged yet, because, he can't knock him out if he's enraged. So here I am getting a few cheap hits, and there I broke the horn the first time. And yeah, like I said, it's this. There's really a lot of pressure in this fight that you need to deal a lot of elemental damage. You need to do, so that you won't get carded by the Eschaton Judgment. Uh, this is why I especially don't like it when he's flying, because it's hard to hit his head. Because as a greatsword user, I can't afford to do short, small damages. I mean, like the legs and all. Actually, that's why I'm always going for the head a lot here. I put in 2 level 2 focus so I can get a fully charged great sword hit on him almost all the time. I know it's not ideal and it's pretty risky, but with the decorations I got, I can't put my attack high enough. I can't. I wasn't able to make it high enough, so I have to make do with full charges often instead of just normal slashes. That's why I did put critical draw, so that you get 100% affinity with, which guarantees 1 critical hit, and that pairs up great with the Velkhana armor's critical element. Now, okay, so this is the part I don't like too, because when he's enraged, as you know, again, clutch claw attacks won't work, and, well, flash pods too won't work on him. He's not going to get blinded. And here we go. I was able to seal the Eschaton Judgment once and break his horns, because that's actually double the pressure here. Actually, every time you fight the Alatreon, it's double the pressure here, especially if you're using, well, in this case, it's the Blazing Black Twilight, where he's on fire active mode by default, and I'm using an ice weapon. That you have to both seal Eschaton Judgment and break his horn. Because if he does that Eschaton Judgment and you don't break the horn, he's gonna change to ice, which will render your ice weapon useless. And that's gonna cause a lot of problems here. So, alright. So I was able to seal off Eschaton Judgment. He's preparing for that attack now. I got my Astera Jerky ready, and I'm positioning myself near his head so I can get a free hit. Now, it's really important that you know where your Astera Jerky is, whether it's on the dial or on your manual item pouch there, because I do remember getting carted once because I forgot where my Astera Jerky was, and I lost the quest even though I sealed Eschaton Judgment. So, don't forget where your items are if you're preparing to withstand that Eschaton Judgment. So, at this point in the fight, he's now using stronger versions of his old attacks, so that random, those grounds lightning, and there we go, that he now moves in the direction when he's doing that fire breath attack. And I got hit there. Not exactly ideal. So yeah, I barely avoided the lightning there. So again, since Eschaton Judgment was already unleashed, oh, here we go. He did that circular attack then. I really liked this fight because he did that move a lot. See, he did that again, and that's because that's the move that I know how to punish the most. So yeah, anyway, since he did the Eschaton Judgment already once, so that means I need to seal that off again, and as you can see, there's still 1 more horn to break. So, it's a whole new pressure again. And you really gotta keep calm through all this, because the pressure to break the horns, knowing that you're on a time limit before Eschaton Judgment gets unleashed, it can or might cause you to lose your concentration and make mistakes sometimes. And there we go, he did that circular attack again. So, maintaining your calmness is pretty challenging. And yeah, there we go. So, that's 1 goal. I was able to seal Eschaton Judgment again. I still need to break the horn. I guess I got a little greedy here and went for a true charge slash. And yeah, I got hit again. Now that's another thing that I really liked in this quest. My Palico is using Vigor Wasp Spray. It's at maximum level. And for this fight, oh there he did that circular attack again. So yeah, for me it's the easiest to punish. Anyway, going back to my Palico, I really like that my Palico had the Vigor Wasp prepared exactly when I needed it. And alright, now that is why I have him use a Radibon equipment, because I well, I wasn't really expecting him to put the Alatreon to sleep because he's an Elder Dragon, but there he is, sleeping and ready to get hit on the head with my Spiritomb Greatsword. Well, I'm using this, by the way, because at this point it's the strongest ice weapon that I know. I'm actually a raw damage user by habit, so that's another factor that really, I had to change here, because Alatreon requires you to use elemental weapons, and I've been using raw damage until now, even in older Monster Hunter games. So there you go, he did that circular attack again, but this is one of those times I didn't successfully dodge it, so that cost me a lot of health. And yeah, at this point, see there's my Palico letting out a Vigor Wasp and I needed it. So yeah, there you go, he's doing that, he's letting out an ice breath in the air again. And well, I can't use the flash pods here, I didn't bring some anyway, but yeah, I can't knock him out and bring him back to the ground at this point. And okay, that's I really got nervous there because my health is so low again. Fortunately, he didn't interrupt me when I took a Mega Potion. So this is a pretty here we go. This is a pretty risky move I did here, but it worked both ways. One, I did get hit by the lightning. It was a risk, but I was able to break the horns. So at least I got 2 of my goals. Now, by the way, that was a really lucky break for me too, because when you saw I was dizzy, but those icicles missed me. So I guess I'm lucky that I was in a lower elevation. So the only thing that's left to do here is deal more damage until he does Eschaton Judgment again. Yeah, by the way, speaking of that lightning attack where he hits random points on the ground, I know it's risky, but I always like to stay near the head and hope it doesn't show up on my feet. If I'm lucky, I can just roll over it. That's where the extra points for evade window comes in, and well, I got lucky there again. I managed to avoid the lightning and end up near his face again. And well, there you go. He's now doing his second Eschaton Judgment, and like before, I'm positioning myself near the head. That's one Astera Jerky, and there's the other. So there I go. I was able to hit his head again, so it's for me a good start. And since it's the second Eschaton Judgment, I have to seal it again. Now, the only difference here is there is no horn to break anymore. Oh, there, I missed the head because I took too long to charge. I was able to hit the wing, but I didn't get the ideal amount of damage. I almost got hit by a lightning bolt there too. Anyway, going back to the horn, so now that both horns are gone, my ice greatsword is gonna start to get useless here, because whether I like it or not, when he does Eschaton Judgment again, he is gonna change to ice active mode, and the only thing I can do with that is deal damage. I mean, I can't seal Eschaton Judgment with that. So my mindset here is that I want to get hit by the next Eschaton Judgment so I can go back to camp. Okay, he's enraged, so that's why it's more scary to fight him now, because his attacks are stronger. And yeah, like I said, I just need to do enough damage before I get carded, so I can go back to camp and bring another weapon. So at this point, deal as much damage as possible, just hit him on the head. And hope that I get to seal Eschaton Judgment anyway, and I was able to at that point. So at least I don't need to worry about getting one-shotted at least. I know I said I wanted to get hit by Eschaton Judgment, but actually no. I just needed to deal as much damage as possible before I get carded. Because this is actually my mindset when I'm fighting here, that I don't want to get carded until he completely changes elements. There you go, he did the circular attack again, my most favorite move to punish. So yeah, here he's now doing that burst which will change element, and yeah, as you can see, with, again, just want to remind you, with a right amount of evade window plus the right timing, you can actually, oh, I almost got hit there. So yeah, anyway, with the right timing you can avoid it and position yourself near the head. And okay, that wasn't actually what I was expecting, but I got hit anyway. So yeah, at least that gave me a chance to, as you can see, bring a dragon element now to the fight. Thanks to Plunderblade, I was able to build an Alatreon greatsword. So I did this knowing that the next time he does Eschaton Judgment, he will be switching to ice. And the reason I'm using a dragon is I don't have enough Saphy weapons or Dracolites or any other fire elements anymore to build a really good fire greatsword. So I went with the next best thing, which is a dragon element. So this actually added a bit more pressure to me because it doesn't do as much damage compared to when I was using an ice weapon. So I have no idea if I'm going to be able to steal Eschaton Judgment this time. Here's an attack that I haven't fully figured it out yet, but yeah, he does a nice breath on the ground, and you know, when you go near it, you're gonna get damaged. I just run out, wait for a few seconds, and walk back in when the ice settled. I still get a bit of damage, but I make sure that I don't run in when I'm low on health. You know, speaking of health, like I said, I really am thankful for my Palico here because yeah, he brings out Vigor Wasp Spray exactly when I need it. Alright, that got me nervous too, because I mean, despite my perfect dodge, my greatsword was wrongly positioned, so I missed that critical hit there. So here's doing the ice attack again. So I am still wearing a Vitality Mantle, so no damage. So see, he's now doing his third Eschaton Judgment, and he's now going to be switching to Ice Element. By the way, that also helped me clutch claw him sometimes because you know, the rocks have a similar color to the ground, so I sometimes have to scramble looking for rocks, and I got lucky in this fight that I was able to run into some while fighting him. So right now he's now officially on ice active mode. So you know, and here there accidents can happen. So I'm really lucky that I didn't decide to use this Vigor Wasp Spray. So yeah, he's like I said, he's an ice element now. So if I still had the ice greatsword with me here, it would cause damage, but I'm definitely not going to be able to steal Eschaton Judgment. So again, I went with, you know, whatever resources I got, and again, Dragon Element was the best thing that I can use. So he's doing that Ice Breath attack again. I took a bit of damage there, so don't run into it on low health. Now that's also a pretty easy move to dodge. Okay, I got hit by accident there. That's another hazard now because there's so many of these icicles on the field, and you know, you can get damaged by those too if you're not careful. But anyway, you know, when he did that arm swipe a while ago, I noticed he does that a lot if I hit him on the head and I stay there. I mean, he does it more often than not, but it's pretty easy to dodge if you just roll over it. So okay, this is the other thing that makes it more tense now. As you know, as the fight goes, As you deal more damage, monsters get enraged a lot quicker. So that renders some of my, well, that renders clutching and if I had flash pods useless. And that's really scary. So yeah, he's switching element again. So there, that's another uh, well-timed dodge. I was able to dodge it because of the evade window and get a critical hit on the head. And that's another critical hit on the head here. Yeah, I actually missed that. So again, you gotta be really calm all the time when you're fighting because missing or getting hit, it might cause you to panic a bit and cause you to make mistakes. So hopefully that doesn't happen to you. So he's doing that elemental switch again. So there's actually a small window that you can hit him with a maxed out charge. You just gotta get close to him as much as possible. And in my case, aim for the head. So yeah, this isn't the best situation for me because as you can see, he's in the air and he's enraged. So really nothing I can do but try to get as much hits as possible. So yeah, staying under him sometimes work, but you never know if you're gonna get hit by a beak or a tail. You know, when he does that that 2 or 3 slam move. So yeah, this is a pretty risky situation here because I was near the path of the flame, and I am low on health. So yeah, he's doing that fire attack now. So just run around and hit him. So he's doing that ice attack again. So yeah, I ran out, ran in, so I took a bit of damage there, but I was thinking more of getting the damage. And okay, I didn't expect that one. I didn't expect to get hit by the lightning there. I just really forgot about it. So this really added more to my to the tension now because I'm on my last continue. I just really went in all out at this point. Stone, putting a flash pod over it, and the works, you know, armor skin and demon drugs. I ran out of nourishing extract, so I don't have the mega ones on hand. I was thinking of putting dragon or dash juice here, but I just entered the fight already, so yeah, I just needed to wing it. So yeah, he's doing his random attack again, and there, I wasn't so lucky because I got hit this time. And he's enraged a few seconds after I went back in. So I tried to get away, and yeah, this one was really nerve-wracking now because I'm on my lowest sliver of health. Fortunately, I was able to get a mega potion, and again, there was my Palico with the save, and I just continued the fight, and then this happened. So that's it was a really great feeling when I saw that main objective complete sign came out because I honestly lost count now how many times I fought this thing. Actually, I just really wanted to beat him once. I'm honestly not really interested in his armor. I'm waiting more for the Frostfang Barrier armor because that really looked so awesome. So I just really wanted to, you know, I could have just let go of this Alatreon, but I just really wanted to beat this guy at least once. I know there are other quests after this Blazing Black Twilight. I'm not really sure if I want to tackle all of them, because, you know, win is a win. And here's me just relaxing beside the Alatreon with my cat. And, well, that's actually what happened during this fight with the Alatreon on the Blazing Black Twilight quest. Hopefully, you were able to pick up some ideas of how he moves and how to counter it. So again, what worked for me here is a level 2 focus charged great sword and the highest ice damage possible, and there's some switching of weapons involved, especially if you don't have the right weapons. I mean, ideally I wanted to have a fire and ice greatsword, but dragon and ice greatsword works too. So that's it. Well, thank you for watching.